talk about health and fitness with GentlemanRon, who is an Instagrammer and YouTuber. He was born in Louisiana but raised in Texas. He loves helping others and working out, as well as creating content and learning new things. He loves the simple things in life that makes him happy. So, Ron, could you please tell us, how long have you been into this fitness thing?
My mom, she always put me in, like extracurricular activities. So yeah, I say I started probably 7, like, actively doing stuff. And I just kind of just stayed doing it. Never really stopped.
What encourages you to stay in shape? Because a lot of us, we try but then we fall off and it's hard for us to get back on it. So how do you stay motivated?
Honestly, just learning from my elders. I see them get older and they have all these, health complications. And knowing that, we share the same genetics, I'm like, okay, this could be me if I don't take care of myself. And that just motivates me because, when you feel good, look good, you just live a better life. And I definitely don't want high blood pressure and things of that nature because, unfortunately, a lot of minorities struggle from those type of illnesses. So I just wanted to, be an example to my son and family. And I try to motivate them to, to work out. So yeah, that's my motivation.
Are there any apps or websites that you would recommend as far as you using for health and fitness?
I'll just go on YouTube and sometimes I'll just type in like ab workouts or I'll just type in things that, I'm interested in when it comes to fitness. And I kind of just take those things and just add it to my workout, honestly. Or then, I experiment on myself. I try things and just see how it works out for me and just kind of go from there.
So I got a question. Do you, when you go on YouTube, do you have like a playlist that you create or you just random?
I just freestyle. Honestly, just freestyle. Just read certain things, watch certain videos. And like I said, I'll just incorporate it into my workout and I'll see if I like it or not, pretty much. I just always try to stay active no matter what.
What suggestions would you give to those who are interested in maybe changing their diet? Do you do anything different with your diet?
I try to stay away from processed foods. So I try to cook more. No, don't get me wrong. I mess up sometimes, but I always just keep it in my mind. Like, okay, I'm not going to go to this place. I'm just going to grab something, go home and cook. Because honestly, the stuff they have in this food, man, it really changes your body and it slows it down. So I just recommend people just try to cook more, at home.
So what would you say on if you had to choose a good day where you cook the meal? What does your meal plan look like for like breakfast, lunch, dinner?
So for breakfast, I'll get eggs. I love eggs. So I'll do like just regular eggs. I don't put salt, pepper on them. Just eat them plain. I may do like 1 or 2 slices of bacon. That's about it. Drink it with water. Then during lunch, I have some fish and rice. And I just really try to keep it simple.
And do you suggest taking herbs, enhancers, or protein, or do you use any of those things, or what kind of vitamins?
Really recommend vitamins for sure. Like I'll take macaroon, ashwagandha, fish oil pills. Yeah, I just like the natural products. I recommend people to keep it natural. Now, as far as like enhancers, you do have stuff you can take, but you got to be careful. Some of this stuff's not really good for you. And it's like a get fit fast type of deal. So I tell people just keep it natural as possible.
One of the things that you hit on a lot, Ron, is that just the genetic component of being, I'm gonna just say, a black person in America. It just hits on so many different things when we're talking about health conditions. But then when you talk about, we just tell people diet and exercise, but for some people, they live in food deserts, and healthy food is very expensive. In our neighborhoods and high SVI areas, the groceries are actually more expensive because they try to build in loss prevention. So when you talk about your meal plan, how would someone who is really on a budget, right? As many of our communities are, if you're on a budget, how do you eat healthy?
Man, that's a good one. That's a good one. So that's when it can get tough. But I tell people, there's a will, there is a way. Your health is first. So honestly, you have to manage your money, I would say, better, and just, instead of spending it on things you don't really need, I would recommend you put more of that into buying food. And sometimes, unfortunately, you may have to drive further out to go to other places that, serve better food products. But yeah, that can get tough, honestly, especially if you're surrounded, not by healthy food choices. Sometimes you just got to take that extra step and just gotta drive out farther, or try to just budget your money to more towards like healthy food and stuff. Sometimes we spend money on things we don't really need, so we can just put that towards meal prepping. And unfortunately, healthier foods are more expensive, but I'd say it's worth it when it comes to your life.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Your health really is your wealth now. When you think about, I know you said you looked at some of your older family members. I look at some of mine that have passed on, and even some that are around now. And I'm the same like you. Like I don't want to be getting around like that. And they just didn't know better, right? And sometimes when we don't know better, then this is the untoward events. But now that we know better and we know that we can be healthy and we can eat healthier food, I mean, knowledge right now is power. There's so much knowledge out there. So yeah, I like what you said about managing your budget and maybe putting more into the things that we're putting into our body as opposed to the things that we're putting on our body.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, I used to work at a community health center, and we had a excellent dietitian who was really good about working with other community organizers, and she would have produce brought to the community health center for individuals to come pick up. So you can definitely look at a lot of community organizations who have food pantries that are giving away free, healthy produce, and take advantage of that. And another thing I want to say is that if you are really struggling with weight, you can definitely talk to your healthcare provider after you've tried the diet and exercise and you still feel like this is not working. Talk to your healthcare provider, because realistically, there are prescription medications that you may be able to benefit from.
And for me personally, I'm one of those individuals who's been like watching what I eat, I work out, but yeah, I'm not losing weight. Instead, I'm gaining weight. So now that's making me kind of sit back and think, is something going on internally? Are my hormones imbalanced? So whenever that happens, I definitely recommend going to see your provider, getting blood work done, just to make sure something's not off internally.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes there are things that goes on in the body that you may need something to help you. So I know for me, I go to the doctor, I do my blood work, get my blood work done. So it like shows me, 'cause sometimes you can look good, but you're not actually healthy. So I always recommend people go get their blood work done, because that'll tell you everything.
But Ron, I do have a question for you. So when it comes to these current trends that are like floating around on like TikTok or IG, one is walk the weight off. So what do you think about that current trend? Do you think just walking every day can be effective and help people lose weight, or do you believe it's more so of like weightlifting and high speed cardio that really helps people achieve their fitness goals?
I tell everybody's body's different. Some people, they're able to do more than others. So for example, if walking is like easy for you, yes, it benefits you, but if it's easy and like walking is like not challenging, you're probably not going to get as much results from that. So you definitely have to put your body in like that uncomfortable place when it comes to working out. Because I notice some people, they'll do the same thing every day because they're comfortable doing it. But yeah, it's not bad, but you're not really going to see too much results from doing the same thing over and over again. So I just tell people, you have to experiment with your body. Go outside and do like a 30-minute walk at like a, fast pace, and see how you feel. If it's challenging, then that's something I would keep doing until it gets more comfortable, and then switch it up, Now, if you go out there and do it, it's too easy, then I was try to jog a little bit, just see where you're at condition wise.
And then I guess it would depend on what results you're looking for, right? Because everybody's different. Some people want to shred weight, some people want to tone up, some people want to build muscle. So I think that all depends, right?
I think it depends, especially on your goals, though, because when we think about what is the best exercise, they say diet really is 80% of it, right? So you can go out there, you could be running all you want to, but if you eating at McDonald's and Burger King every day, that's probably not going to get you the results that you need health-wise, at least. And so, Tiff, you asked, like, what are you doing? Like, I have not been on my consistent exercise journey here for the last, I would say, month and a half, because I've just been doing a lot of other things in the background, like my contracts and business and stuff like that. So I tend to kind of fall off depending on how much other things I have going on. But I have had, it's really funny, 2 days ago I was going to go to the gym. I had every intention on going to the gym because I've had this Planet Fitness membership since July, and I still haven't even gone one day, have not walked into that place. But y'all know I have my self-care room, and I just love yoga. So I lost probably the most weight ever doing yoga because I was doing something consistent and I enjoyed it. And I just find that when you enjoy what you're doing, it lowers your cortisol, it lowers your stress level, right? And when you lower your stress level and the cortisol, you start to lose weight just by doing some things like that. So, so a good walk every day could be very beneficial to the person that's not doing anything, and it allows you to just get a break from the stress of the regular amount of the day. So it does depend on, is my goal is my goal just to be healthy and maintain, or is my goal to get shredded so I look like I was 25-year-old bodybuilder? Like, there are extremes to this whole thing. But I think in general, if we want to be healthy, then we just need to do something and eat healthier.
I'll be honest, usually around this year, it's like a cycle for me. I start working out and summertime comes, I start gaining the weight back. But I know for me that eating definitely helps me like shred the pounds, even if I don't do anything at all. And the job that I have now, working in the hospital, unlike retail, I was running up and down the place. I'm sitting at a desk. And I'm noticing it's a lot easier to gain that weight if I'm not eating the right things or preparing at least my meals before I go to work. So I think meal preparation plays a good part in that. If I go to work without a plan, I end up willy-nilly in it and just kind of eating things I probably don't need to be eating worse. Whereas planning my meals out and showing up to work with what I need and what I know I would like, and not making it boring, usually works for me. And that kind of leads me into to meal prepping. I'm not really a fan of eating the same thing like 3-4 days in a row. So I tend to make a lot of food at one time so I can switch it up at least for next 2, 3, 4 days. But it's helpful. I lose the most weight by what I eat, and working out is just an added benefit to it. It ends up like falling off super fast. But as I get older, things change.
Oh yeah, it does for everybody, But definitely, I just tell people consistency. You'll never lose with consistency.
Yeah,
Never.
but I found a really nice 25-minute workout, a step aerobic video on YouTube, and I was gonna get back into it this year, but see what had happened was
you don't like it. That's what happened.
It's like when I was starting to think about it, I'm like, oh, my knee is hurting.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go get some.
Well, maybe you should try one of the walk the weight off challenges. Start there, and then work your way back up to the step aerobic.
Okay.
You know what I have really enjoy is trap cardio.
Okay.
That right there for me, that's it.
Trap cardio.
You gotta tell us
about it's trap music basically, and we dance in the weight off, and they be getting it, girl. I be sweating. I need my water and everything, and it's like a whole hour of just pretty much cardio but you're dancing, and you know it's not like Donna Summers dancing. It's like Megan Thee Stallion dancing.
Okay, Ron, he is a dancer. So Ron, what you know about this trap cardio Dr. Q talk about?
And I actually want to participate in something like that, because whoever created that, that's genius. That's dope. You know, the music gets you hyped.
It keeps you motivated and going, because you know when you get tired, you want to quit, but then your song come on, and you be like, oh wait a minute, let me go a little bit harder, because that right there sounding good. So that's kind of, you know, that's the motivation there.
Okay, we have to do that one day.
We can do it when we turn it off, y'all. I can take y'all in the room and we can do it. That's the pleasure of us being here.
Okay, and then Ron, so who are your health or fitness mentors, or even people that you've seen on social media that you really admire?
As far as social media, like I said, I'll just look at random stuff, but like in reality, I have a friend, and man, he is like very in shape. Like, he cooks everything. He don't eat out. And sometimes I'm like, yo, how do you do it? Because, you know, I'm into it, and I thought I was like going hard, but this dude was on another level. So I look up to him. His name's Aaron, by the way. And yeah, so he's one of my big mentors. I have another friend. He's more so into like the fighting stuff. So those are the people that I hang around and I get tips from, and they motivate me, you know, because they're always going hard all the time. Like their foot's always on the gas. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to eat here. I'm not going to do this, you know, because when I see them not doing it, I'm like, all right, I'm trying to keep
having
up.
mentors and having friends that are involved is good encouragement. I know that helps me out. I got two, and they're both on social media too, and they post also some health and fitness, and they try to keep me on track. Every so often I get a text or I get a phone call like, you coming out today? No excuses. Sometimes they roll up on me and ring my doorbell 5 a.m. when they know I'm off, like, let's go. So, and it's helpful, because otherwise than that, I wouldn't get up. I wouldn't do it.
It's always good to have people like that, honestly. You may not like in the moment, but, you know, as time go on, you think of